to another episode of Three Crones and the Woo Woo. I am one of your crones, Miss Gayle Nicholson, with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. To my side, we have the dancing queen, Crystal Witch, Krista Ducharme, with Dimensional Healing with Krista. You almost got another company there, Krista.
Hey, cool.
And as
Love
always,
busy.
Yeah, right. Supporting us from below, we have Damaris Samolinski with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinski. Hello, ladies. Happy spring. Oh my God, it's
spring. Yes. Aries, the sun went into Aries. So for everybody that has a birthday coming up,
that's right.
An Aries person, happy birthday.
My sister is April 1st. And she's always hated that because we've always teased her because my mom went into labor on the toilet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
And it's April Fool's Day too, right? April 1st.
That's exactly. And then our grandfather was also born April 1st and he had Ronald McDonald red hair.
Oh my gosh.
So the universe loves April Fool's jokes. So how weather check? How is spring coming in for you two? A lion or a lamb?
Nice in New York. It's been nice. The weather has been really nice. It's been in the 60s and sunny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very, very, very nice. I like that. I don't know how warm it is here today, but it's beautiful and sunny. And we've had a couple of gray days, but we have some nice sunny. Oh, wait. I said I don't know it's 64.
Ooh,
it's
nice.
Right here on my computer.
Nice.
I should just look.
Let's see if I know it's nice out, but in probably like 60. Oh, no, here it's 49.
It's really nice here.
Yesterday was 60. It's 49 outside, but the sun makes it warmer.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It makes it really nice.
Yep.
Yeah. It's been in the mid 50s this week here in Michigan too. And, spots of bright sunlight and then a little bit of overcast. And it's a little bit cooler today than it was. But it's definitely spring. It's, and you can just feel the shift energetically.
Yes.
That full moon in Virgo and then going into Scorpio. Did it pull your heart out or what?
Yeah.
It was lovely. I didn't pull my heart out as much. Well, maybe I could call it that. But no, I loved it. I kept being guided to, where is it? Can I see it? Yeah.
It was beautiful here. The other night I was driving and it just started, it was kind of late. It just started to crest over the horizon and it was large and golden.
Beautiful.
And every time it passed into my field of view, I was like, hello, lady.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yes.
Awesome stuff. Well, I want to say a quick hello to all the people who have joined us all so far. Of course, we have a couple of Facebook users. So if you would, we would love to be able to interact with you by name. Go to StreamYard, register with them so that you show up and I can say, hey, whoever the hell you are. Also, hi to Tracy Paquin. Thanks for being here. Sue Sinden and Wade Saxton. I haven't talked to Wade in so long. Wade does Smoke and Bacon, which is a platform that he really took off when Facebook was being content Nazi.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, and his stuff is absolutely amazing over there. You've got pirates, you've got all kinds of really cool podcasts like this, and maybe someday we will do a little bit of blending with activities.
That would be nice.
We'll see. He's been asking me for a while, and we've just hit puberty. I feel like we're viable human beings. As a business.
Well, I think what we did is we actually committed. I know. Oh my God.
It feels great.
It's the C word.
We're broadcasters.
Yes, we're broadcasters. Oh my God.
That's it. We are really broadcasting. We're podcasters. We're broadcasting podcasters. I don't know.
I like
Podcast.
the idea of broadcasters because when you think podcast, you think audio only. And
Yeah,
we are
true.
so much more than audio only. I mean, just
We
looking at
are.
our funny faces we make is something else, you know?
In the dance.
Yes, the
And the
dancing,
dance.
all of it.
Yeah, so we're entertainers. We're triple threats. Oh
Yes,
wait, we
are.
could really amp this up, ladies.
Right? Let me see. Old Hollywood, a triple threat was you could act, you could sing, and you could dance.
Yes.
Right? Well, I can
Yep.
act and I can dance, but it's really threatening if I sing. So,
You know,
I
it
can't
doesn't mean you have to
either.
sing well. So I sing. You actually have me recorded singing.
yes, I do.
Yes,
Oh my
she
gosh.
does. And then and I dance, and of course, I act. So there.
That's phenomenal. All right, let's see. Gosh, there's so much to cover this week. There's so
There
much
is.
going on.
There
So I
is.
want to begin with a shameless plug for self-promotion.
I love it.
What do you all think of that, audience? Is that not
That is
awesome?
great. I love it.
Commercial. I got mine right here.
Yay!
There it
Oh,
is.
shoot!
Oh wait, yeah.
My
Other
stickers
way.
are
Other
in
way.
the car. I was gonna do like, you know what? Hold on. You ladies talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And my stickers are downstairs. So sorry, I brought up my other bottle.
I tried to put mine on the phone, but it's not not wide enough.
Yeah.
For the stickers. Yeah. So I put them on my water bottles.
Yeah, I'm going to I came up, well, the three of us were discussing because Damaris posted our emojis.
Yes.
She was like, here are our emojis. So people who are watching, I want to see you put the emoji that would describe Gayle, the emoji that describes me, and the emoji that describes Damaris. I want to see what you guys think.
Let's see what
Because
they get,
Damaris-
right?
Yeah, let's see what they get. Because I really would love to see it. So put that in the comments
See if
and
it
we'll see
matches
how that goes.
what I said.
Yeah, let's see if it is. Let's see if it's like what you said. Whoa, now everything's foggy, but that was giving me a headache. Yeah, so it's been really kind of cool. And I came up with an idea using the emojis that you were talking about.
Let's see.
I want to see what other people are doing. But it'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about this. And now that Gayle has hers, I can't wait. Oh, and I mailed Ada hers. So she'll have hers hopefully here in a week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what I miss?
Go ahead. You tell her, Krista, about the emojis.
I was telling everybody about the emojis because we were talking about stickers, right? And don't say what emojis Damaris shared, right?
For each of us.
Because I want to know, I said, what emoji would best suit Gayle? What emoji would best suit me? And what emoji would best suit Damaris? And I want to see what our friends say. I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but hey, let's see what they are, because I had thought
that's probably
one of the fun things would be to try to create emoji stickers that represent, us, each of us. So
awesome.
yeah.
All right.
That's
So
what I missed.
thank you. In the comments, everyone, please don't do me a favor, because I can't see any graphics. If you're putting up little hi kitty signs and stuff like that, I can't see them. I can see like Wade's emojis he did before you asked this. He did heart eyes. See, look, I don't know if it's
Okay.
Yeah, like that. Those kinds of emojis. If you're gonna put your whatever emoji you think, okay, do me a favor, also like write it out. Okay. If it's going to be rainbow, also write rainbow, because I'm not sure if some of the more sophisticated emojis, like, iPhone stuff, are going to actually show through. But take a minute, put those emojis up. Let us know who you think it belongs to. Okay. And who, which emoji for which crone, if you
And
will.
at the end of the show, I'll have Damaris share, or we'll have Damaris share which emoji she chose for each of us.
Because they were perfect. They were
really beautiful. It was really funny. And it's all going to make more sense, because we were talking about stickers and we were talking about something else that we have now. Now I think we're working on. I think this is now going to be something we work on.
Yes, exactly. And welcome to Jamie Lewis Moore, someone else that
welcome
that joined us. What the heck is this, Wade?
Like a silver hair. That's a silver-haired woman or person. There you go. Okay.
Right on. Okay. All right. Okay. So back to stickers.
Okay. Yeah. Back to the stickers. Yeah.
Back to the stickers. Krista sent Damaris and I both individual, and appropriate to each of us individually little notes. Thank you so much, my love.
Thank you.
Just absolutely touched my heart. And look at
these really
cool
heart.
things. Look at
That's
this.
my favorite.
It's upside down. I know, me too. It's like holographic and it's so sparkly.
Isn't it awesome?
Rainbowy. Yeah. It is. It really is. I'll be honest though, if we do these again, I would love to see the text more along the size of this one.
Yes, I agree. This is all lessons learned. This is all me learning.
Exactly. No, and they're beautiful. There is nothing wrong.
They're
absolutely. This one as well. Oh my gosh. I would like coasters out of this, please.
Yes. Okay, we can actually do that.
Ceramic coasters.
We can do that. Well, I don't know, not with Sticker Mule, but I'm sure we can do that.
Oh yeah, there's places.
Yes.
Heck, I'll get some round ceramic coasters and stick those bad boys on there. I don't care.
There you go.
This one is really cool. It kind of looks like a little bit of a cupcake.
Yeah.
And it's clear, so it takes the color of whatever it is that you post on, that you put it on.
I didn't realize. Oh my gosh.
Sure. Yeah, that's what it is.
Cool. And then this one is just gorgeous. It's not technically a 3 crones in the woo-woo thing. It's just got the energy of us.
Oh yes.
And I love it. Okay, and this one here, my daughter, she saw these and she's like, I want that one. I'd put that on anything. So
beautiful.
Yeah. So okay. Put like the
I am that one
w
is already
in the middle
in
of
the
this
making.
bad boy.
That one's already in the making to get. I'm not sure. I haven't tried putting our logo on it, but that one I have it so that it says 3 crones in the woo-woo, small little letters, but it still says it so that it doesn't detract from the.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And do I have it? I think I had it upside down even. It goes either.
Yes,
it's beautifully either way. But okay, so Krista specifically knows all about this. I've talked about it a number of times, but I'm going to pop my cherry on StreamYard. Okay. All right. So So here's the thing. For those of you who have not heard this story, back in the days, like in the 70s when they had the Garbage Pail Kids stickers and that kind of stuff, I had older brothers and sisters. Wade's talking about this one, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a hold of some of my older siblings' stickers and I stuck them on my dresser, which was an antique. And those didn't come off so easily. I mean, it was like years later that we got the peel and stick technology that you could, thank you to whoever created, Post-it notes. But my mother beat my ass to the point where my children aren't allowed to play with stickers. Okay. So I am breaking cycles today.
There we go.
Take this transparent-ish.
It really is transparent. I promise you. It's amazing.
It is. There you go.
There you go.
And I have my trusty.
There you have
It's
it.
not a water bottle. Water has never seen the inside of this bad boy. Coffee, juice, whatever the case may be. And I am sticking this bad boy. Let's see. Where am I going to stick it? I'm like, oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. I gave you permission. And it's in writing.
Let's see.
She did it.
I did it. Look, it's beautiful. Oh my God.
Isn't that awesome?
It is. I love the transparent too. I really do.
That was one
to show through.
Yes.
Oh, how nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take like a credit card edge to this later and make sure all the little bubbles are out so that it doesn't lift. But isn't that freaking awesome?
It is. I love it. I think that one's a great one. It came out far better than what I thought when I got it. Yeah, another sticker phobia person. I'm telling you, if you tell, I'll write a note that gives you permission.
Yes. Absolutely. Wade, you're so freaking hilarious. Look at this. Just slap it on the wall behind you, Gayle. Do it. Oh yeah. How about right on this beautiful little piece of art?
You'll get in trouble for that one too, Gayle. Don't listen to him.
Wade is a little shit disturber, ain't he? Yeah. That's what makes him so much fun. Awesome stuff. So thank you for your support. I've made it through. Hopefully I won't, unconsciously sabotage my life later. Hey, Tracy. Hey. Freaking outing me.
We aren't supposed to talk about those things.
That's right. Anyways, just kidding. Yay! So I'm very, very excited. I have a new lease on life. I have a new plateau to advance. And you've all seen me break through. Yay!
Yeah.
All right.
That is actually, oh my God, that is amazing. And you'll understand why when it comes to my segment.
Okay, good. All righty. Are you ever? Yeah, no furniture. Yes.
You're right. Exactly. No furniture. I say that as I look at my computer. So we have one of those raisable computer desks. And my husband has stuck stickers all over it. Now, of course, they're all Navy related. But he has stickers everywhere. I'm like, dude, will you stop? I tell the kids they can't stick stickers on anything.
Right?
He's like, but this is the desk. It doesn't matter. I'm like, well, someday it might.
I remember back when, do you remember when we would have like large desks with pieces of glass on top of them and you'd stick your family photos under the glass?
Yeah.
I miss those. I really do.
IKEA.
Well, yeah. No, it's so simple. Just go get a piece of glass and put it on your desk. There you go. But it was fashionable at some point. All right. Anyways. Let me think. Is there anything else that we need to do right this second before we head into Miss Krista's segment?
Me first?
Well,
no, Damaris. See, that's what I was asking for.
Yeah,
Damaris' segment.
Damaris first. As much as I like her,
she can go first. It doesn't matter.
I just used your segment time, Damaris.
Your segment, Damaris, helps the flow of everything.
Okay.
Yes. We got to know where we are so we know where we're going, right?
Okay.
Awesome. Yay! Merch.
Yay! All right. So we're going to talk about today. We have Venus, Mars, and Saturn in Aquarius. So we had Venus and Mars in Capricorn a few months ago, but now they moved to Aquarius. And so Aquarius is about like global initiatives. It's about humanity coming together. It's about, working as a planetary organism, all of us together. So the energy is easier, is calmer, let's say. With Capricorn, when Venus and Mars were in Capricorn, the Capricorn is very serious. It's like, let's get down to business, you know. It's a disciplinarian. It was a different energy. It was a tough energy. So I think that the Ukraine war started when that was in, you know, when those two planets were in Capricorn. So now it's almost like we're coming to the surface. We're coming out of, you know, of the storm, so to speak. So with this energy of Venus and Mars and Saturn being in Aquarius, is a different energy. It's going to be, I feel like things are going to start to ease off, so to speak, especially the war in Ukraine and all of that. So things are going to get better. Again, you know, wars sometimes happen, you know, to wake people up for something that's been going on, right? So I always feel like everything is as it should be. Like nothing is like, oh my God, why is this happening? There's a reason for it. So I'm always calm because I always look at the planetary alignment. I'm like, okay, I see why this is happening. So, you know, I don't go crazy like, oh my God, you know. But anyhow, with Venus is a planet that's about love, and unconditional love is a high vibration. Obviously Mars is about war, is being aggressive, being, you know, it doesn't think, it just acts, you know. It's a very kind of warlike planet. And then you have Saturn, which is a disciplinarian. It's you know, the planet of karma, looking at past mistakes and not repeating them. So we really face the, you know, the consequences of our past action when Saturn is involved. Saturn is a tougher planet than Mars, believe it or not. You know, nothing gets past Saturn. We're going to learn from our mistakes no matter what, in this lifetime or the next. But we're not gonna, you know, we're not going to just, you know, go unscathed, so to speak. So what are all these planets trying to say? Well, perhaps coming together as one global, you know, organism, you know, all of us together. That's why I said the other day, I'm not, you know, people were saying, like on Facebook, they were saying, oh, I stand with Ukraine. No, I stand with the people of Ukraine, because you know, we the people have suffered a lot throughout the years, and I feel like if we all come together, you know, we're going to make a change and we're going to make a difference if we're all on the same page, so to speak. So, you know, what the planets are saying is come together as one. That's our Aquarian energy. Love has always won any battle, any war. So we have to have unconditional love. We have to trust in God, right? Because all of these things are happening for a reason. Wars, you know, who wins in a war? Really nobody. There's always casualties. You know,
The
who's right,
arms
who's wrong.
producer,
What was that?
the people who make the weapons.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's very true, actually. But at the end, nobody really wins, right? Because there's always casualties. People die, you know, they lose everything sometimes. So what we need to do is come together as one planetary organism, one, you know, human race, come together, love each other, understand each other, work together, see what the problem is and focus on the problem and not create other problems. So that's what's happening right now. And I feel like things are going to get better rather than worse. You know, there might be some other places that are going to also experience some sort of energy because there needs to be a shift. But sooner or later, we're all going to start working together. That's what God wants, and that's what's going to happen. With the number 4, I want to say I love the number 4. It's ruled by Pluto. So Pluto, it's really a planet that brings us into destruction and then wants us to rebuild ourselves and resurrect, so to speak. So I was thinking back before we're even born, right? We're born, we descend into flesh and blood, and we come into a family, right? Usually that family has some sort of karma, and we have similar karma, which is why we coming to that family. It doesn't happen by chance. There's a reason we're born into particular families. right? So now we have to sort of transcend whatever karmic patterns or karmic contract that family has, what we came in with. So there is the sort of like the destruction or the descent, right, with the Pluto energy. The number 4 has to do with work, hard work, by the way. It has to do with family, mother, foundation, early childhood life. It has to do with all of that. Really, in our early childhood is where everything happens, and we carry that with us into adulthood. Some people do not resurrect, they don't transcend, they continue to sort of, and if they feel like the victim, they continue to victimize themselves and other people. The objective here is to resurrect into a new person, into a new being, utilizing everything we've been through, and using it for the better, so to speak.
Mhm.
When we talk about hard work, it's not just hard work physically, it's also hard work emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It works on those levels as well. And that requires patience. That requires discipline. That requires devotion, determination. It requires wisdom in order to transcend everything that we descended into, so to speak.
Mhm.
Once we get that, we evolve into the 44 master number. Now, the 44 master number, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Now you're a teacher. Now you can teach. Now you can help others. Now you literally, you come in, which is the 44 also is flesh and blood, right? And also now you become the seed of God, God incarnate. Where God's in the making. Will we get there? I don't know, because each of us has to transcend whatever energy we need to transcend in order to become that seed of God, in order to become that teacher, in order to sort of like walk our talk, right? If you don't transcend your own limitations, your own challenges, how can you be that teacher? How can you help others? You can't. So everything we've been through is almost like a training. It's a training. It's, we're in initiation, if you will. And we have to pass those tests of initiation. Otherwise, we can't help other people. And so once we all transcend, hopefully, and we overcome those challenges that we were born into, now we become, we grab onto that Aquarian energy of coming together, helping other people, healing ourselves and the planet. And so it all works together hand in hand. Everything is biblical. These planets are showing us an energy of what's coming, of what's to come. It's preparing us. Don't be at war with each other. We all have issues that we need to resolve within ourselves. Once we do, we help each other and we walk together to heal the planet and to make the world a better place. I hope that in this lifetime we will see peace. And it's possible. It's possible.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. As you were talking, I got this little vision, and it's not a throwback. It never actually happened to me. And if I was creative, I could probably make like a little cartoon out of it. But it's got like
Yeah.
Mars on one end of the couch and Venus on the other end of the couch. And then Daddy Saturn over in the corner going, "You're going to sit there and stare at each other until you remember that you love each other."
That's right. That's right. And that's exactly it. That is the energy. Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Saturn is really tough. And you can't get away from Saturn. It's your karma. It's your, what we have to face, I know you put a post earlier or yesterday, something about like, you're tough, but like, enough already.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're preparing you. They're preparing you. They're preparing you. Spirit is preparing you. And God only knows the role you'll play later on in life. I mean, really, I know it's tough. But
It's funny that you say that, because that thought crossed my brain yesterday, how over the last 4 or 5 years I have amassed all of these particular items, right?
Yeah.
Like camping stuff, right? And now I'm like doing this job DoorDash, which it's like I'm training for a marathon of driving and camping,
Yeah.
Strange that would happen. And this past week, Fours were everywhere. 444, 44, 44, 74. I mean, the addresses, the mileage, the times that I would look at the clock. And that was before I realized that this week's number was 4. So, I mean,
Yep.
it's just galactically resetting our foundation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny. And I'll say this real quick before I hand it over to Krista. For me, you're going through, I know you've been through a lot in your life, Gail. And you've made it this far, so you can make it the next, whatever else is coming, you can do it. For me, when my mother died when I was a little girl, for me, it was like my world ended, and I was like, how am I going to survive without her? But the universe showed me how I was going to do it. It showed me that no matter what grief I was holding within my heart, I had to still move forward because I'm still here. And so it showed me and it brought me into my path, into what I do. It's all about, my mother's death. It really catapulted me into looking within and looking to see what happens after death, and looking to how to, even if we're alive, how do we resurrect? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that Pluto energy has been with me all my life. And I've learned to understand it, and I've learned to work with it. Some people, when Pluto brings them into hell, because literally it's the Lord of Hades,
the underworld,
is the Lord of
Hades,
hell, really. They can't transcend that, they can't transcend it. They just, they can't overcome it. But if they can't overcome it, they really never get into the mission or the purpose that they came into. So that darkness of Pluto, you can't appreciate the light if you're not in that darkness. And that's what Pluto represents. And literally is that Santa and that Satan kind of energy. Yeah. And so we have to switch to the Satan from Santa, and we hold it within ourselves. That ego, that the demons that we have within ourselves, we have to learn how to work with them and learn to tame them, so to speak.
So here's something that to go with that, and it kind of goes. So I've been having conversations about narcissists and empaths, and a lot lately, and gaslighting with a variety of different people. Not that I'm looking to be gaslit, not that I love being surrounded by narcissists or anything like that. It's just because it's kind of like what you're saying with the Pluto energy. We are becoming aware of these patterns that have been around, that kind of we walked around with blinders. I don't want to say we just openly accepted. You just were like, dude.
No, it's just the way it was.
Yeah, and you just kind of were like, all right, I'm just going to go over here. I'll let you go and do you, and be, all who you think you need to be. And because I don't need you to tell me, I don't need you to wrong me for being right, because that's kind of a nice way of expressing on gaslighting on a little tiny scale, not on a great big scale. But we all we're seeing all these changes. I mean, whether it's individually in our lives, whether it's globally. And you're right, Damaris, it becomes we forgot that we have choice. And now that we're waking up to having choice, a lot of people are like, oh, wait, I have a choice. I actually can choose how I'm going to live.
And that's God's gift, right? It's the choice would be free will. And he gave that gift to us, right? Yes. So if we allow something, then it's on us. You know what I mean? If we stay complicit to something, it's on us, because there's always a choice. There's always a choice. The choices might be hard choices, but there's always a choice. Even not making a choice is really making a choice.
It is making a choice. Yeah. There's situations that we all get into. That sometimes you're blinded, you don't see it, you can justify everything, and so you're not necessarily seeing it, and then it's like, oh my gosh, once you can get yourself step back from it, it's kind of like a rude awakening, if you will.
And that's what I think is wisdom. That's where wisdom comes in. You know, you don't have to. I feel like we're having a discussion, right? And you're right within your mind, and I'm right within mine. Who am I to tell you you're wrong? You're right within your capacity of understanding or comprehension. You're right. And so
it takes very much of an open mind to be able to be in that space, Damaris. There's a lot of people that have an open mind. I mean, yeah, there's wisdom too, but people can be very wise and still be inside of the bubble of this is the way it is and this is the way it should be, and you should be this way too because this is the way it is, right? And
stop
not
shitting all over yourself,
right? But I think I wanted to put in, I think a lot of our technological advances is allowing us to break free of that bubble of what is. Because, for example, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, a woman couldn't get a credit card. She couldn't buy real property. So if you divorced, you were voted off the island, really. All of your friends didn't, you would end up destitute, probably taking care of the kids if the court didn't give the kids to the husband who was going to immediately find a new maid to marry. And
that's right. 100%, you're right about that.
So things have changed that way for women legally. With specific regard to gaslighting, we have video, we have social media, we have all of these recordings available to go, no, that's not what you said. How you're telling the judge right now is not what you said.
That's right.
I can prove it. Right. And I think that that's really, it's helping lift all of us on this planet out of that bubble of that's just the way it is. Don't follow the system. We actually have evidence now that, it doesn't need to be this way, and this way no longer works.
Very right. Very true. Yep.
All right.
Well, that's where you have the free will to choose. This is not working for me anymore. And so that, again, it's when you take your power back, and that's everybody, when you take your power back, then you're able to exercise your free will and say, no more, no more. Because, if you allow it, it's shame on you, and I know some situations are very difficult, but there's always a way out. There's always a choice.
Now I'm going to cringe at that because I'm not in the camp for shaming anybody. And a lot of times there are options, but the options aren't any better than where they're at. Right. So it's bad of us, I think, to, like if you don't make a change because you don't like it, then shame on you. Well, what are your options? And is there an option for bettering, or are all of the options just as bad or worse? Because, it's like abused women that go to leave a long-term relationship. The most dangerous time is when they find the courage to leave. And that's when their abuser gets desperate and slips into, if I can't have you, no one can have you, murder mode. So
no, I get that.
It's not up to us to shame anybody about
no, I'm not shaming anybody. But what I'm saying
not
is,
specifically.
No, I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is, if I'm gonna live enslaved to a man, so to speak, I'm not living. So I'd rather just, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. I'd rather die.
That's a valid choice for you to make.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's always a choice. It's difficult to say I'd rather die than be enslaved by a man my whole life, but it is a choice I could make.
And you know what? I'll give you a heads up. It's equally as difficult to choose to be enslaved rather than die.
Oh, I know. It's difficult decisions. But something has to break, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if you're in such a suppressed situation, you in general, something has to break. And so we take, sometimes we take, we make decisions that could cause the death, right? But at least you're free from the other thing. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so let's go break rocks with Krista.
Yes, come play with me. Crystal of the week is Kunzite. I'm really happy that this is actually the crystal of the week, and it is a sunny day here
I
for
know,
me
sunny.
because so Kunzite is like by far one of the most high vibrational stones in the pink category that you can get. It is not for the faint of heart. It is not for the person who's like, oh, hey, I just got my very first stone. If you have one of those, just go put it to the side for a little bit, because otherwise you're going to go from 0 to Mach 25, hair on fire, skin burning off. And that is not the way to be introduced to a crystal. All right. So, yes, I did exaggerate by a considerable amount. Please, anybody who's a pilot, I do not need to know that we can't do Mach 25.
Keep your reality elsewhere, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. Whatever. Oh, so, no, I'm just kidding. But it is really for somebody who's already started the work. So, a lot of what Damaris is saying, it is that next step. So if you're in the beginning of your process of, trying to make choice, letting go of the shoulding, letting go of the masturbating. And you're like, okay, I'm making choices, and I'm making them from a mindful position rather than a reactive position. Then Kunzite will be great because it is a crystal that brings love on a high energy. So it's going to take that heart chakra, right? You put the rose quartz here, and it's like, oh, it's fun and it's fuzzy. It's like holding a little puppy or a kitten, right? Makes you feel all like, oh, right? And then you put on morganite, or you have morganite there, and it's like, ooh, that's yummy too. That's like a bigger cat or a bigger puppy, right? It's like, and it's all warm and snuggly and cuddly, but yet, it stretches and it moves around more. No, you put Kunzite on, and it's like, holy mackerel! You go womp, and everything just goes, 10 times out from where you're physically at. So it is one of those crystals that you use when you've already started the work, or you're wanting to up level and really work from a space of knowing, or a space and when I say by knowing, I mean that you're already okay with saying, all right, I'm open to reconnecting with what I already know. And when I say what I already know, it doesn't mean that the sky is blue. It means that you're connecting on a level up here that, yeah, the sky is blue, and you can name every single hue that's in that blue spectrum there. So you're like really up leveling yourself and your knowledge. Now, when Gayle put her sticker on, the reason why I was saying that it was so significant that, hey, Kunzite and her and the sticker, she just up leveled because she broke free of something and made a choice.
And I just happen to have these on my desk. So we got the 3 Crones and the woo-woo selenite and my piece of pink Kunzite. And they were sitting right there between me and that.
Yeah, see, there you go. She just it was all about choice and up leveling, right? It was about, hey, I know that, yes, as a kid, this is what I wasn't allowed to do, but I am making that conscious choice of saying, I am in charge. I have my Peter Pan look going, and I have this. So yeah, so think about it when you're picking crystals. And I have a piece of Kunzite that I actually bought from my daughter, Genevieve, a long time ago. And what's very interesting, she was little. She was probably about 8 or 9 when I bought her this piece of Kunzite. And I bought it because I wanted her to, I wanted it to help her with loving and appreciating herself. And I wanted it to help her with, helping those around her, because she was having a bit of a struggle, as, young girls do at that age. And it was really interesting because she was not at all attracted to the crystal. She would much rather have had rose quartz. And now that I've actually worked with it a little bit and, read other things about it and had my own conversations with Kunzite, I understand exactly why. She wasn't ready. She wasn't in that same vibration as what the Kunzite was
demanded,
putting out, if you will. It was like, whoa, really and truly.
Yeah, I love that.
It was a great lesson for me. Far more than it was for her. But yes, we're going to be working with Kunzite. And for those of you who are on this journey with us, and Three Crones and the Woo Woo fans and part of our Coven of Joy, and you're like, no, I'm really pushing through. I'm really been doing some great things. Then Kunzite's for you. You're probably ready for it, especially if you've already started working with Morganite. The next level would be Kunzite. Now, if you're somebody, it's like, I look at rose quartz and it intimidates me. Yeah, walk past the Kunzite. Just walk on by.
So the rose quartz is on a lower level, let's say, than the
rose quartz is a lower. It's not that it's a lower
level.
Softer
vibration.
It's not a more vibration. Dense vibration. It's more. It's like I said, it's like holding a little kitten. It's that softness, and you're like, oh, unless you're allergic to kittens. I mean, who doesn't like to play with puppies and kittens, right? So that's kind of that vibration.
More like a ferret.
What? Kunzite's
more like a ferret. It's still cuddly and it's still soft and fuzzy, but it's gonna,
it'll run around you,
and steal your socks and be adorable and make you laugh and then shit in the corner. No, I take it back. That was just
see, and I'm thinking of a ferret, and I'm like, but they bite.
Well, only if you treat them badly. Seriously, like if they're fur noodle, and if you hold a fur noodle too tight, it has the right to go, let me go.
Yeah.
True.
It'll make that choice.
Valid. It is. It's about choice. There we go. It's all about choice.
Exactly.
It's about choice.
Yeah, it is. And I really, it's
just like with Pluto. It's about choice. Pluto is about choice. Are you gonna stay in hell, or are you gonna transcend that hell no matter what happens?
Right. Exactly.
What it is.
Awesome. Okay, so we have a couple of responses as far as the emojis. So I'm going to put this one up here. And I got to say, Tracy, you know us pretty well, but you're not quite all the way there. You got
she
one.
Got the fire. The
definitely. No details. We don't want to ruin this for anybody else. No. You got one that's spot on. You've got a couple that are in the ballpark. So keep trying. Anybody else wants to put theirs in there? After the show, Damaris will actually share the ones that she picked for us, which we all think are absolutely perfect. So thanks for playing, Tracy. And let's see. Adam gave us a couple of pictures that aren't showing up in StreamYard, so I can't really share them with you. We can't at this point. Okay. So yes, let's head along down the road here and talk about today's card of the day.
Okay, yeah.
You're going to love this, Damaris.
The Emperor! Card number 4, Gayle.
Isn't that great?
Card number 4.
Card number 4. Exactly. And that whole Saturn, I make the rules, you sit down and shut the fuck up energy.
That's right. That's the father right there. The Emperor.
You know? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to get rid of this little thingy. I went. Here we go. Thank you. Okay, cool. All right. So the Emperor energy, like I said, in a nutshell, it is that shut the fuck up, sit down. I make the rules, and that's how it's going to be. Okay? No excuses, no distractions, and you can get a lot of work done that way, but only if you take responsibility for yourself. And again, back to choice, right? You have to choose what it is that you said you wanted. We've been going through the last month, right? We've been going through the new moon energy, very powerful new moon. We just hit, the full moon energy, which pulls away everything that's not what we've been saying we want, right?
Yep.
Now you've got to actually choose it, right? I said I want this. This is no longer a distraction, and boom, I choose this going forward. And it is absolutely amazing how the universe restructures itself when you take that emperor step and go, this is how it's going to go.
Yeah.
All right. Now, when the emperor appears in a reading, it's time to think logically and rationally about your situation. Rules, stability, and structure are central to the current situation. So we've gone through that Pisces month, right? That Pisces where it's all very dreamy and it's very Neptune-y and very watery. And now we're in the phase where it's like, okay, that's what we dreamed up. Now let's take the actions. Now let's do the work. Now let's take the first steps forward, right? And I just love how the cards just. I love it. I love it.
It's amazing. This is Woo in action.
It's magical, and it's actually the emperor is ruled by Aries, which is we're in the month of Aries.
Yes, absolutely. That's right.
And it's that full of hard work, dedication, discipline. If you don't have discipline, I feel, in my opinion, you're not going to get where you want to go. You're not.
Yeah. No, you have to have structures in place as well. My godmother used to say, "Oh, yeah, let's get together sometime," and she'd say, "Give me a date, or it never will happen." We have to write down when this is going to happen, or it's just going to live out there in the maybe someday, if you will, and never happen, right?
Yes. There's a lot of people that are dreamers, not doers. They're dreaming of this or that, but they don't actually take the action to, put that dream in action and bring it about.
Yes. Yeah. Trust me, I've been there for a long time. And then there's other people, for example, Marianne Williamson that came to mind. Bless her. She was once the senior minister at Renaissance Unity, where I was a member. She actually married me to my first husband. Sorry, that one didn't work out, Marianne. Yeah. So, but at any rate, we were at a trustees meeting, and the church was asking her to stay on and continue to be the senior minister. And she says, "You don't understand who God created me to be. I come in, create the structure for what will be sustainable, but sustaining it bores me. So I move on to go do this again somewhere else." And for those who love the sustaining part of it, right, they're handed a structure that works. She's like, I'm very flattered by what you're asking, but I'm not the one.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
Isn't that wonderful? It's like, know who you are, know what your function is, and you won't end up getting, tied down to a day job that you hate, because that's not your expression of God.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I love that.
With that, let's talk about this week's topic: aligning your heart and mind for the sake of mankind.
Well, there you go.
Right? And to do that, you have to know who you are. I highly recommend Human Design for anybody who has not explored it yet. I mean, it's astrology on steroids. It takes into account all kinds of other additional types of things. And I'm just like scratching the surface of it myself. But since I have been, just learning how I deal best with others, what kind of person will match me and fill my full, make my channels full so that area of my life takes off. I mean, just that knowledge alone has gotten life to a much better place, where instead of going, why am I here? What have I done to myself? I hate my life every day. This is not fulfilling. This is not satisfying. And I'll be honest, I've gone through the destructuring of that to the point where you start floating around going, okay, so we got rid of that. Now what is next? What is to be created? Right. So that's when we step into aligning that body and mind. Right. And a lot of times, in particularly in the space that I'm in right now, what my heart has always wanted was not aligned with what my mind was told was socially acceptable, right? And what there was for me to do inside of the structure of society, living on the island with all of the other people that are, in the rat race on the island. And how could you possibly want anything different? What's going to happen to you if you try to do anything different? However, like an old friend of mine used to say, if it's practical, it's spiritual. Once you start letting go of the judgments that you assume based on societal expectations, right, of what's the right thing to do, what's the wrong thing to do, and align your mind with, well, if it's in my heart to do, how can it be done? And letting go of other people's judgments of whether they think that's right or wrong, just so that you've got a channel between your heart and your mind that says, this is for me. This is what I was created for. This is what there is to do. And all of a sudden, I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. For the longest time, I thought that I had been abandoned by God. And I've gotten past that in various degrees very much over my life. But up to now, before now, I could never trust that God had my back, right? If I didn't do what society dictated, then, and this is a phrase that I've said many, many times, I'm going to end up living in a refrigerator box on the side of the road, right? There were many times that I've said growing up, I'm blessed that, my predetermined future was that I was going to be, dead under an overpass, right? Those are very visual, things that kept me in my box and on the island, right? But since doing this work and doing the aligning of the body and mind, right? That lack of ability to trust the universe to not show up with exactly what I need in any given moment to deal with whatever happens to be in front of me at that time has dissipated. There's still moments of fear, but there's also that sense of peace that as long as body and mind are aligned, everything will fall into place. And all I have to do is be delighted and surprised by what shows up. I don't have to manipulate to make things show up, right? What will be presented is even greater and more joyful than anything that I could have imagined before. So that's my assignment for all of you this week, is to really explore for a moment what is going on in your heart, right? What have you always dreamed of and it never seemed possible? Like everything around you would have to fall away for you to be able to have what you want, right? And then I want you to go into those thoughts that you have that have kept you locked in that, right? Like, I can't follow my heart because this is reality, right? And question your reality. What would really happen? We say like these half phrases, like I can't think of one at the moment, but they're like fallacious questions, and then answer them, because in that answering them, you'll see how fucked up you are. Okay, like you're thinking, like, right? If
It's
I was
so funny.
truly, here's a really good one. If I was truly happy, my family would disown me. How fucked up is that?
That's a good one.
That is a good
You
one.
know, like they wouldn't be able to stand me. They can't stand
That's
me
a
as it
good one.
is, but they haven't disowned me.
You're
So I
too
have to ask
funny.
you, is that wishful thinking on your part?
It could be.
But
It could
you know, I
happen.
feel like the theme for today is choice. Really,
really
I
is.
feel like that's what it is.
It
It is
really is.
all
You know,
about
it's
choice.
a choice. Even
Yeah.
that, what you just said,
Exactly.
it's a choice.
Because
They're gonna
once
hate
you
me anyway, or they
choose,
don't like me anyway. I'm gonna do it.
exactly. Exactly. And it's my choice. I'm not making this choice
Yeah.
because you're going to approve of it or disapprove of it. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
And once we make that choice, it really is about what we can bring to the planet. Right.
Yes.
And I mean,
Exactly.
we're already going to go long, but I could go into this huge rant on, you know, the last 150 years, how we've been programmed to live inside of somebody else's picture of how life should be. And how, you know,
Yeah.
with what we've been going through with the planets and Pluto's return and all of this, how we're coming back to, but wait a minute, how am I individually supposed to fit in and serve the world? Right. And the first thing to do is to get your mind and your heart on the same page.
Yeah.
Right.
That is beautiful. I just want to say this really quick, and I'm going to be quick about it. I have a client, her son was a drug addict, and he made a choice that he did not want to be an addict anymore and bring so much pain to his mother, because he was bringing a lot of pain to her. And he made a choice to overdose. It was his choice.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was saying before. It was either to live in this hell of drug addiction or to die and free his mother as well and himself from this pain that he was himself in. So his choice to transcend into another realm was a choice he made. And so sometimes the choices are do or die. You know what I mean? Do you continue to be in this space, or do I just free myself and my mother from the pain that we're in? And so
I
that was the choice.
want to send her love and good mojo, and the wishes that she did not take on that transferred pain and deepen it to another level, because I can't imagine anything.
She's still in pain from the loss, but now she's not worried every day that he's out, you know, drunk.
Yeah, it's a different pain. It's just a different pain.
But he's free, you know. And so I feel like sometimes we have to, our biggest fear is death. And sometimes we have to lose the fear of death in order to make a choice that will change everything.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. You have to stop fearing death so you can live.
Yes.
Yeah, oh wait, hold on.
You gotta put that in the. You gotta put that.
I have a cliffhanger for y'all.
Here
it is. The end of the book. Guess what happens?
Everybody dies.
So, okay, there y'all have it. Just wanted to.
I love it. I love
it. Toss it out there. Get a spoiler alert on that.
Oh well, you know, for me, it's one of those.
It's all about choice, even if that choice is death.
It is, you know,
and you know what? Sometimes when you become willing to die, right?
Yeah.
Just like Krista's saying, sometimes all it takes is the willingness. Like, okay, I might end up in a refrigerator box. I might end up dead under an overpass. I am willing to risk that in order to be who I was created to be for the sake of mankind.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome. All right. So let's say congratulations to this week's winner. And this is the second week that we've done this little shift, and I kind of like it. Where I go through and we're doing this welcoming of new members. So rather than just the people who have been supporting us for the last year and a half, 2 years. Oh my God. You know, oh my God. And so this is one of the new members. Thank you so much for joining 3 Crones in the Woo Woo. And congratulations to this week's Woo Woo giveaway winner, Sandy Mosher. Yay, Sandy! Thank you for being part of 3 Crones in the Woo Woo. And thank you for whoever invited you in. I think Damaris, maybe?
I think she's my friend. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. So for those of you who don't, maybe like Sandy, know how this works, you have won a reading, a 30-minute reading from any one of us 3 Crones. Okay.
That's right.
So if you choose me, it'll be either an intuitive tarot reading or a EFT tapping session. If you choose Krista, it will be a crystal reading. Oh my God, I love her crystal readings. They're awesome.
I know, they're so different.
Right? And then
Yeah.
if you choose Damaris, it will be either an intuitive tarot reading or a numerology reading.
Yeah.
All right. So you've got what, 5 options to choose from, 3 Crones to choose from. Just reach out to us in the group or on Facebook Messenger and let us know which one you would like to get your reading from, so we can get you scheduled. And all we ask is a glowing testimonial at the end. And I gotta say, Orlando, who won last week.
Oh, that was
no,
beautiful.
she was gifted Tanya's
Yes,
like 2 weeks ago.
Yes. So
But
Tanya
testimony-
Pesh
her
has been one
testimonial.
of our most
Oh my
glowing
God.
supporters, and she has done some really imaginative stuff and beautiful testimonials. And
Yes.
Tanya had won so many of our readings that she's like, can I pass this one along? So she did a little contest on her own page, which I thought was absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
And Orlando won that one. Well, Orlando had her crystal reading with Krista last week and was just so blown away. She gave us this beautiful testimonial.
Did.
Thank
So
you
beautiful.
so much.
It really was. It really, I have to tell you, okay, so I'm not gonna, go too long.
Yeah.
So every crystal reading is different. And Orlando's yesterday was really different, because you'll also get oracle. I do oracle readings as well, oracle cards. And I incorporate them with the crystal reading. And usually I pull them as we're talking, right at the end, after I've collected all the crystals. Well, hers was all in reversal. I actually was guided to do the cards first and match the crystals that went with the cards. And it really was like mind blowing for me.
And
I always love
crystal.
having mind blowing readings.
Right? Oh my God, that's
Awesome.
awesome stuff. Really cool. All right,
Thanks.
cool. As always, during my segment, I never check the comments. So let's go see what else has to be said. Awesome. Lots of feedback on the emojis. Yay.
Thank you. I know, that's exciting. I'm really excited.
I'll post the ones that I gave us.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh,
then-
this is cute. Tracy is Rose Kluwertz is like Crystals 101 and Kunzite's Crystals 401. Yeah, that is an advanced course.
Perfect.
Right
Perfect. Thank you.
That's awesome. Really great stuff. Aw. I love you too, Facebook user. Aw.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was nice.
I love that.
And we love Orlando too.
And Orlando is awesome. Facebook user, you are right.
Awesome. All righty. So we want to say thank you very, very much to all of our supporters and contributors. Sue Pegwin over at Retail Therapy with Sue and CAI, Classic Act Imports. We also have Krista Ducharme with Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. Damaris Samolinski with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinski. And yours truly, Gayle Nicholson with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. Thank you from all of us here at 3 Crones and the Woo Woo. And thank you again for joining us this week. It's been so much fun. Thank you for letting us go long in your life for the day.
Yes.
And we hope to see you all again real soon. Bye.